Hey everyone, Sonic Healy Gang here. Welcome back to the weekly recap. I'm wondering if I should give this show a less generic name. Anyways, this week mainly revolved around two big stories. Maxie has returned home, and Willow's second attempt at framing Michael seems like it will send someone to prison. Just, it isn't Michael. Before we begin, like and subscribe, or I'll put incriminating evidence on your keychain. Picking up where we left off, it's Valentine's Day, and Maxie learns that Nathan is alive. Maxie is obviously very confused. He died right in front of her. They buried him. He was pretty dead. Apparently they exhumed his grave off screen and it was empty. Thanks for doing all these interesting things off screen, guys. This show has a weird tendency to do that lately. Instead of simply being happy, Maxie wants some answers. What the hell has Nathan been doing for 7 years? That's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? She then learns that Britt is also alive and immediately makes the connection that two of Faison's kids coming back from the dead, one after the other, cannot be a coincidence. Thank you, Maxie. We've been saying all this for months. This is a lot to take in for Maxie, and she needs to go back to sleep for the time being, but she's afraid to close her eyes because she doesn't want to fall back into a coma. That made me so sad. I thought that was a great little detail. Back in Port Charles, Spinelli gets multiple pep talks about fighting for Maxie because he's all like, oh, Nathan is buff and hot and sexy and I'm just a nerd. So Brooklyn has to be like, dog, shut up. What is wrong with you, you bitch? It's nice that someone close to Maxie is rooting for Spinelli and not just acting like it's a foregone conclusion she'll go back to Nathan. Although BLQ has the privileged information that Nathan has been putting the moves onto her best friend, so that probably helps. Everyone is wondering what Maxie wants in this situation. We've all forgotten to ask. What does Nathan want? To me, it seemed obvious. Nathan doesn't want to go back to Maxie. He said if she wants to, we'll give our marriage another shot. He said it like it was a chore. The dude's gone for Lulu, I fear. He's cuckoo for Lulu. I mean, he didn't visit Maxie once. And this whole time, Lulu has been the one saying, we shouldn't do this. Nathan has been like, Maxie who? Just further proof, in my opinion, that this man is not Nathan. He has someone else's brain. Whose? I don't know. My bet is on Faison, though, because they kept bringing up how his brain is in a jar. Maxie makes it home, and it's a wonderful moment. She hugs Mac, who I'm very glad we got to have around for this moment. Everyone is there. Cody, the woman who's going to fuck her husband, Bailey Lou's fake parents, and most shockingly, Bailey Lou is here. She actually was recast last week, but still. Spinelli, of course, welcomes his Maximista home in an adorable little bow tie. If there was a Healy Gang Best Dressed Award, he'd have it. The pep talks have worked, and Spinelli is ready to fight for the life him and Maxie have built. But he's not putting pressure on Maxie. He tells her he understands that she's in an incredibly difficult situation and that she can have all the time she needs to process this and make her choice. He's such a beautiful soul. If his heart gets broken, I will jump through my TV screen, I swear to God. Maxie goes for a walk to clear her head, and she ends up going to Nathan's grave, where she finds Nathan has also come to. The two finally come face to face, and that was our cliffhanger for the week. Ugh, I am diehard Team Spixie, but this story is gonna be so good, man. This is gonna be that real car crash shit. This is messy as hell with Spinelli and Nathan and Maxie and Lulu and Dante. So many moving parts. You're gonna need a chart to keep track. It's like a love pentagram. Oh yeah, man. I love it. We do have a couple of little pit stops to make before we get to our second big headline of the week. Last week, we were left wondering if Lucas would be sent over the parapet for discovering Marco's secret. He was not. I admit I have never really cared about this couple, but these two had an amazing scene here. Love to see people show up and show out for February sweeps. Lucas decides to stay with Marco as long as he gets out of whatever Baldy is doing once this project is done, and if he ensures Britt's safety. That sucks. But at least he goes to Carly and utters the dreaded words of, "You were right." Carly disapproves of him staying with Marco, but he literally just points at Sunny and it shuts her up. But boy, you really do gotta listen to your sister, because there's still time for you to go over that parapet. And Sidwell just said he'd be there to comfort his son at your funeral if he had to. This week we confronted a big question. Who takes over Drew's seat in Congress now that he's stuck in bed? Laura thinks Alexis would be good. Why? Sidwell thinks Willow would be good. Why? It takes a little pep talk, but both women are convinced that indeed it should be them on Capitol Hill. Alexis actually wants to help people and stupid shit like that no congressperson actually does. Willow is at least much more honest. She wants power. She feels like she's had no power her entire life, and now she's obsessed with gaining it. Michael, brother, I hope you're ready to knock on doors and to throw a whole billion behind Alexis, if there even is a campaign. Willow could always just hold Scout over Alexis's head again. Though, Alexis, maybe you could use your newfound power to take custody of Scout, I'm just saying. Perhaps Alexis won't just bow out quietly. She knows that Willow is a psycho who tried to kill Drew and then married him. She already has power over Drew and Scout. Can Alexis really stand idly by and watch Willow's power grow tenfold like this? Will it matter at all though? Sidwell has power over Laura, so he can probably just get her to endorse Willow. But why does Sidwell want Willow in Congress? Surely this means Sidwell has something on Willow, something to hold over her head, just like he had with Drew. He would not be interested in a congressperson he could not control. So, what does Sidwell have? Does he know she shot Drew somehow? This has the potential to be interesting, but something just tells me it won't be. I don't know why. It's time for the main event. The saga of the key. Chase is at the station signing off on his pay cut. Ha! Fuck you, Chase. Chase, of course, knows that Michael has on his key ring a key. You idiot. One to Drew's house, though. He does not know that it's only there because Willow put it there. He also only knows this because he stole Michael's keys and just randomly tried them on Drew's house. Chase does not think it's weird that Michael would use a key to Drew's house to go shoot Drew and then keep that same key on his keychain like it's near and dear to his heart. This is because Chase is stupid. He plants the idea that Nathan should go check Michael's keys. Inexplicably, the police are granted a search warrant for Michael's keys, even though there is no reason for anyone to believe that Michael has keys to Drew's house. We cut to Michael. He's having a rough day. His brother is being a bitch to him, and then Chase comes up, and for whatever reason, Michael makes the mistake of actually talking to him. God only knows why he would do that. Michael is so much smarter than Chase that they are classified as different species. Chase tells him, "Why don't you just turn yourself in? It would make things easier for all of us." "Why don't you die, then go to hell, and then die in hell, Chase? That would make things easier for us." He also suggested Michael could get a good plea deal, for shooting a US congressman, I'm so sure. Tracy arrives mid-conversation to be like the 80th person to tell Chase he needs to back the hell off. But Tracy adds that if he can't do that, he really has no place in the Quartermain family. And that's my goat right there. Unfortunately, that's when Nathan arrives to take Michael's keys. Michael does not even look at the search warrant nor ask for his lawyer. He just hands it over because why the fuck would Michael have a key to Drew's house? As the son of a mob boss, I am incredibly disappointed Michael would do anything with the police without his lawyer present, but I guess I'll let it slide. I guess Michael just hasn't realized yet that many men wish death upon him. Chase sees Michael's enthusiastic volunteering of his keys and does not think this is weird for someone with incriminating evidence there. This is because Chase is stupid. So, forensics find out that it is a key to Drew's house. They don't fingerprint it and see everyone in town except Michael has touched this key, because why would they do that? They call Michael down to the station right before he is to bring the kids to reunite with their mother. Honestly, probably had a better time being at the police department than doing that. Absolutely disgusting sight. Michael leaves them in the care of good old Uncle Rick, who little do we realize is about to put in the performance of a lifetime and save his nephew's fine ass. Rick tells Wiley his dad just has to go get his keys, and Wiley says, "The ones Uncle Chase took?" And Rick is like, "Huh? What the fuck?" So he immediately calls Michael. "Unc, I think I'm walking into a trap." "Yeah, man, I was just calling to tell you that." "Well, I need a lawyer." "Say less, nephew, say less." Like, literally, don't say anything until I get there. So Rick gets there, strutting in like the big man on campus. Nathan tries to start the questioning, but Rick is like, "Boy, I ain't talking to a bum like you. Turner, get your fine ass in here already." And so Nathan leaves and Turner and Dante enter. Turner thinks they got Michael, but Rick is just sitting there, smug as fuck, giddy as a kid on Christmas morning, just toying with them. Finally, he drops the bomb. Someone messed with Michael's keys. Michael immediately thinks it's Willow. I love how much he distrusts her. Yes, Michael, but we're not at the point in the plot where you're supposed to know that yet. Rick says it was Chase that messed with Michael's keys, and that mic drop is where we are left for the week. Ugh, again. Chase, boy, you are so cooked. You think you gonna adopt a kid, brother, you're going to jail. Will Willow save him? Hell no. She don't give a shit about that man. Chase should hope that the cops come for him first before he ends up on a meat hook instead. Kinda crazy that, like, I know obviously Chase didn't actually do it, but like, I really would not feel bad if he went to jail for it. That's the power of being an annoying prick, I guess. Such good shit though for Rick. I adore the Uncle Rick era we're in right now. I don't want to lose it, please. Haven't we had enough Rick betrays Sonny stories? Can we keep them as brothers for at least a good little while? See Rick as an uncle to Sonny's 50 kids? That's where the money is. And seems like the ones on Thursday prove that. And I mean, Rick Hurst is always incredible. Add Rory into the mix, forget it. Must-watch TV. A license to print money. But we are going to wrap up here. I don't want to cover the Luke tribute out of respect. I just want to say rest in peace to Tony Giri. He was the icon of this show. The tribute episode was beautiful. I think it was pretty much perfect. And I strongly encourage you to just watch it, because I could never do it justice. Everyone was amazing in that episode. Alexa Havens, who plays Lulu, was in a tough position, never sharing scenes with him, but came through and didn't feel out of place even a little. But Jeannie Francis, her monologue in the church was phenomenal. I almost cried. It felt so real. And I think it was. That wasn't a character moment. That wasn't Laura talking about Luke. It was Jeannie Francis talking about Tony Giri. And capturing a moment like that, there really aren't words to describe it. Just that it was beautiful. And yes, she would be the performer of the week. I don't really know how to segue to an outro after something like that. So I guess I'll just say thank you for watching. I hope you all have a good day. Stay safe and stay warm.